And here's the video review for the Beast Hunters Megatron. He's not actually called Sharkticon Megatron anywhere on the box. He's just simply called Megatron with his Tartarex warp sword. He's repaired, refitted, and hungry for revenge on Optimus Prime, which makes sense. The invincible Decepticon tyrant. With the Predacons Rising synopsis having come out earlier today of the end movie for Prime, like, I'm wondering if this is maybe related to that, but who knows. So yeah, now he's some weird kind of, he does look like a Sharkticon. Like, Sharkticon Megatron is probably an apt way to describe him, and I dig that. He's got a new faction symbol, which is like a Decepticon with a chomper claw mouth, clamp mouth. Yo, clamps. Anyway, so yeah, he's now some flying shark thingy. It's kind of cool. Definitely different flying shark thingy. And it kind of works. I like the way the head comes down and forms a head down here. And whatever. The sword, the weapon up here, the gun sword is really cool. I like the fishy vibe to it. And we'll get into more of that in a minute. But the weapon's pretty cool. And Megatron has a few actual upgrades, and in my mind, improvements to his original self. One, he's got a cover that comes forward and covers his head. Before, he just had this, and you kind of saw his head sticking out back here. Now he's actually got a little cover that covers that up. Very nice. The shoulder pads now have a little tab that locks them into the not very well, but you can tab them into the leg there. There's something else too I thought I noticed, but regardless, a couple of neat little, the shoulder pads will transform a little bit, but we'll get to that when we get to the robot mode. But yeah, overall, just a couple neat little things that make him look cool. And again, he looks like this vicious flying fish thingy, which is kind of cool. Not quite a dragon, not quite a woman. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, and you plug this up. So he transforms pretty much the same as the original Megatron. And just unpeg that, open that up. We'll get the legs down here, split this, bring the head pieces out all the way out to the side, which will let us take this abdomen piece, flip it up, then flip it all the way up. You can see there's two tabs. It tabbed in right there before. It's going to tab in up here now. So you just push this, slide it up, so it plugs in up here. Bring the legs down and around, snap them together, bring the shoulder pads up, bring this whole thing down, unpeg the arms from each other back here, and then unpeg them from under here, and bring them out to the sides. Oh, that's the other thing that's nice. There's a couple pegs here now that lock the arms into the shoulder pads. I don't remember that being on the original, but I haven't played with the original in a while, so if I'm wrong about that, sue me. But I do think that's a new thing. But yeah, you take this, you want to make sure those pegs tab in. And now his shoulders are much more secure. And then these pieces flip down and around. This piece flips up lowers down and then flips up onto the back. And I like the look of that back now. With the pink on it. Yeah, there we go. Oh, we're going to be like that, camera, are we? Please don't do this to me, camera. I think the screws are getting stripped on the tripod. So I may have to fix that. But yeah, there's the back. And like I said, bring the chest up, shoulder pads rotate down, and you notice like they actually, like when you flip them down, the spike comes up. So they're on a little bit better ball joint, and they transform a little bit during transformation. And flip his fists out. See a lot more of that old Allspark blue being revealed here. Although in this mode, I think it kind of works. It helps evoke that Sharkticon-y type image. I don't remember them. I guess their arms were kind of that Allsparky blue, I guess. So yeah, flip the feet open. So yeah, he's basically, I mean, the transformation's more or less the same as the original Megatron. There's just a few extra bits, and you know, aside from the detailing, he's more or less the same general shape. So yeah, and there's Megatron. He's got a new head here, which makes him look a little bit more feral, I guess is the word I'm looking for. He's got the fins now on his arms, and you can plug the gun into his arm. It sits a little further out, even though, like, really it's not so you probably could have had this post a little shorter. You could have had this sit a little closer to the arm without the fin interfering. That post is long mostly for the alternate weapon mode, which we'll get to in a minute. He can also hold it in his hand as a gun, which is kind of the way I prefer to do it, because I really like the look of that fish spear gun type look. But you can also take the weapon out, and if you extend this part, you can see it automatically flips that blade out. But you extend it out, and you kind of have to hold it out, and then you flip this handle down, and there's a little notch in the base of the handle that pegs onto the tab there. You just kind of push it up and push it up over the tab, and it locks it into place. So now you've got this really cool little, I'm trying to think of the right term for it, but little hand sword. And you can put that in Megatron's hand. You gotta wiggle it in a little bit, but and now he can carry it like that. So yeah, a little different, a little weird, not what I would have expected from the Beast Hunter's Megatron. I do like that they gave him an upgraded form to fight Optimus's in toy form. Whether we'll see it on the show, who knows. There's some really neat, the eyes and like the shoulder stripes right up here are this really vibrant green, which is really neat. The eyes are kind of more of a neon-y green, and this right up here is a really neat metallic green up on the shoulders, and that's about the only place that appears. That is the only place it appears aside from the logo on the whole deco, and just that little addition is striking. But it looks very menacing and very tyrannical, like Megatron should, but a lot more organic, techno-organic actually, which he was fighting against in Beast Machines, but that's a whole different timeline. But yeah, pretty neat. I'm very happy with it. Thank you, Daniel, for picking, or Danielle. I cannot speak tonight. Thanks to Danielle. Danielle. One of these days, I'm sorry for screwing up your name, Danielle, but thank you for picking this up for me. I do appreciate it. It's really cool. There is part 1 of Megatron Night, Beast Hunter's Megatron.